What if I told you that most people stay broke not because they lack talent, luck, or education, but because they are trapped in a system designed to keep them working harder without getting ahead? Gary, a 38-year-old father of two, knew this reality all too well. Despite holding a stable office job and working evenings at a second part-time position, he felt like he was running on a treadmill that never ended. No matter how many hours he put in, his financial situation remained stagnant, and the stress began to weigh on every aspect of his life. Today, we're going to break down the exact method Gary used to escape this cycle and how you can apply the same strategies to finally take control of your finances and your time. Welcome to KB Bluetree, where we show practical ways to generate income using the tools you already own. Your devices, whether smartphones, laptops, or simple software, are no longer just for entertainment or communication. They are powerful platforms for building legitimate income streams that can scale far beyond traditional hourly work. Before diving into Gary's transformation, remember to like and subscribe to KB Bluetree for ongoing insights about turning everyday technology into wealth-building tools. The reality that most people fail to see is that working more hours does not automatically lead to financial security. Gary worked 40 hours per week as a data analyst, earning $45,000 annually. And he took an additional part-time job delivering packages, which brought in another $15,000 per year. On paper, $65,000 annually seemed like a decent income. Yet, the cost was immense. He barely saw his children, weekends were consumed by work, and exhaustion had become a constant companion. He was trapped in a cycle of overwork, with no end in sight. The problem lies in the common misconception that hours worked directly equal financial success. Gary's long schedule affected his physical and mental health, leaving him more susceptible to illness and constant fatigue. His relationships suffered because he had no energy to invest in them, despite his love for his family. He was giving nearly all of his life to work, and the reward was never enough to feel secure. The system of multiple jobs created the illusion of progress, while in reality, it reinforced stress, burnout, and stagnation. What made the situation even more discouraging was that it appeared permanent. Promotions at his office required certifications he couldn't afford in time or money, and the part-time delivery job had no growth potential whatsoever. Gary realized that unless he fundamentally changed his approach, he would remain stuck on this treadmill indefinitely, with no real pathway to financial freedom. Saving for emergencies, investing in retirement, or preparing for his children's education felt like impossible goals while trapped in the cycle of overwork. This struggle is far from unique. Millions of people take on extra jobs or work long hours thinking it will solve their money problems, only to find that the cycle perpetuates itself. Health deteriorates, time is lost, and relationships are strained, all for marginal gains in income. Meanwhile, the ceiling of hourly work prevents any real financial scaling. There are only 24 hours in a day, and eventually, bodies and minds break under relentless pressure. Conventional advice: get more education, switch careers. Pursue certifications often demands resources that people in this position simply do not have. Gary felt stuck until he realized that the answer was not more hours, but smarter leverage. The key breakthrough for Gary came when he began to see his technology as more than just a tool for communication and entertainment. Smartphones and laptops are powerful computers that enable people to create businesses and deliver services without massive overhead or complex setups. Gary recognized that the skills he already had: communication, organization, customer service, and scheduling were extremely valuable in the digital economy. By reframing these everyday abilities as marketable services, he opened doors that had previously seemed closed. Gary's first step was identifying how he could offer services entirely from his phone. Tasks like virtual assistant work, social media management, appointment coordination, and email handling require no special technical skills, and they are in high demand among small businesses and entrepreneurs. By recognizing what businesses are willing to pay for support in these areas, Gary saw the potential to generate substantial income without adding extra jobs or extending long work weeks. The next step was creating profiles on freelance platforms that connect clients with service providers. Gary spent a few focused hours crafting clear descriptions of his services and emphasizing the professional experience he already had. He highlighted his organizational skills, attention to detail, and previous office experience, presenting himself as someone capable, reliable, and ready to deliver results. There was no overselling or exaggeration, an honest and professional presentation that resonated with potential clients. Within the first week, Gary landed his initial client, a small business owner needing help managing emails and scheduling appointments. The work required only about 5 hours per week and provided a predictable income stream. The remarkable aspect was the flexibility. Gary completed tasks on his own schedule during breaks, while commuting, or between family responsibilities. Hours that had previously been wasted on social media or idle scrolling were now productive, generating real income and building his confidence in the model. This approach was dramatically different from his part-time delivery job. The hourly equivalent of his new work was significantly higher, while the flexibility allowed him to integrate income generation into his life rather than have work dictate it. This is the power of leverage in the digital economy. One resource your time produces exponentially greater returns when combined with smart systems and digital tools. As he gained experience, Gary began to expand his client base. He added similar clients offering services like managing student communications for an online coach, LinkedIn messaging for a consultant, and scheduling support for a local entrepreneur. Each client paid between $250 and $400 per month for a few hours of work. Within 2 months, Gary was earning $1,600 monthly from approximately 25 hours of work, all managed from his devices. Gary's efficiency came from batching similar tasks. He set aside short periods each day to handle emails, social media updates, and scheduling for all clients at once. Using technology to streamline the process, voice-to-text features, reminders, and other simple tools allowed him to maintain productivity without adding stress. Tasks became integrated into his life rather than overtaking it. By the 6-month mark, Gary introduced a premium service: content creation and social media management for small businesses. He leveraged artificial intelligence tools to assist with drafting posts, creating captions, and producing newsletters. At this stage, the AI Business Accelerator Kit, available on Gumroad and PayHip, became instrumental. It provided mobile-friendly workflows and templates specifically designed for people offering services from their phones, helping Gary accelerate his results and scale his offerings with far less effort than trial-and-error learning. Clients began paying between $500 and $800 per month for these services. Recognizing the value of consistent professional content without having to manage it themselves, Gary could deliver high-quality results from his phone in just a few hours per week, with AI handling the repetitive or time-consuming aspects, while he added the human expertise and business insight that made the service truly valuable. By month 8, Gary's phone-based business was generating $4,500 monthly. He maintained his office job for stability but reduced hours at his second part-time job, reclaiming evenings and weekends. For the first time, he had control over both income and schedule. His phone business not only covered expenses, but allowed for savings, debt repayment, and financial planning. Gary's story demonstrates the impact of leveraging existing skills through technology. Previously, he worked 60 hours per week across 2 jobs for a total of $65,000 annually. 8 months later, working 50 hours total between his office and phone-based services, he was earning over $90,000 annually. He achieved nearly double the income with slightly fewer hours, illustrating the transformative power of strategic digital service offerings. Financially, the change was profound. Gary paid off over $10,000 in credit card debt, built an emergency fund, began contributing to retirement accounts, and started a college fund for his children. These milestones, once seemingly unattainable, became a reality through disciplined application of digital service strategies and efficient use of technology. The framework Gary followed is exactly what we teach in the Digital Business Freedom Blueprint, available on Gumroad and PayHip. It guides people step by step in identifying their marketable skills, finding clients, and scaling service-based digital businesses while avoiding common mistakes. Following these principles allows anyone to accelerate their results and bypass the trial-and-error pitfalls that slow down most beginners. After 12 months, Gary's income from phone-based services reached $6,000 monthly. He negotiated a reduced schedule at his office, working 25 hours there, while dedicating 30 hours per week to his phone business. He achieved complete control over 35 hours of work, earning significantly more than before, and finally had the freedom to enjoy life outside of work. The first step anyone can take is a personal skills audit. Assess your experience and competencies. Professional communication, organization, customer service, scheduling, and project management are all highly marketable skills that many people undervalue. Recognizing the value of these skills opens up immediate opportunities for income generation without any need for new certifications or expensive courses. Next, identify services you can deliver entirely from your phone. Virtual assistant work, social media management, customer support, appointment scheduling, and email handling are all in demand, requiring only your time and your device. Observe what others charge, and you may be surprised at how much clients are willing to pay. The key is to frame your existing skills in a way that solves tangible problems for paying clients. Securing the first client is critical. In the next 2 weeks, aim to land a paying client at any reasonable price. Create a clear and simple profile on freelance platforms or reach out to small businesses directly with a focused proposal. Avoid trying to offer every service to everyone. Concentrate on one task you can deliver exceptionally well. This initial client not only validates your ability to provide value, but also builds confidence for scaling. Once you have a foundation, scale gradually by adding similar clients and batching tasks for maximum efficiency. Premium services such as content creation or advanced social media management can be introduced once basic offerings are established. Tools like the AI Business Accelerator Kit on Gumroad and Payhip help streamline workflows, client communication, and content creation, making the process of scaling manageable and sustainable. The opportunity presented by phone-based services is enormous. Millions remain trapped in multiple jobs or underpaid positions because they don't realize that escaping this cycle does not require more hours. It requires smarter leverage of existing skills and accessible technology. Gary's journey from overworked and underpaid to financially independent demonstrates that anyone can replicate this path using the tools and frameworks already available. Digital service work is ideal for anyone who wants to regain control of their time and income. Gary's success shows that with strategic application of skills, efficiency, and digital tools, it is possible to build a flexible income stream that covers expenses, allows for savings, and provides freedom that traditional hourly work cannot. Resources like the Digital Business Freedom Blueprint and AI Business Accelerator Kit on Gumroad and Payhip provide the exact systems workflows and templates that Gary used to achieve a $4,000 to $6,000 monthly phone business. They dramatically reduce the learning curve, prevent costly mistakes, and provide a roadmap to scale income responsibly. The gap between where you are now and financial independence is smaller than you think. Gary had zero business experience and built a significant income within a year using only his existing skills, a smartphone, and guidance from proven frameworks. If he could do it, so can you. The first step is starting today, taking deliberate action and committing to building your first client relationships. 6 months from now, you will either wish you had started or celebrate a completely transformed financial situation.